Hey guys, welcome back to another one. Again, we're going to be playing some 4-player chess that we have in the past. So let's get right on it. In this case, we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to be a little bit less greedy. Hopefully we can actually get a game instead of getting an abort immediately. I'm going to try to, instead of prioritizing just immediately getting some material, I'm going to do my best, if possible, if something isn't so tempting, to just try and push my pawns quite a bit when the time is right and try to get some queens here. So hopefully that will allow us to be the last man standing rather than trying to pick up some points as I have in the past. So we'll have to see how that goes. Just immediately noticing all the long diagonals, as I should. So it looks safe enough. Sure, why not? We can do a double fianchetto. There's an odd symmetry to this whole position if I can get this in. If green pushes their pawn, I can get my bishop there, then we can have some weird symmetry. Okay, so not perfect, but I guess it's the best that we can do. Kind of interesting. So they're going to block each other, so that didn't really pan out for them that well. This is definitely interesting. Just want to really pay attention. Make sure that I can't get checked very easily. Let's see, why did my opponent play this? They can't really be thinking about capturing. That would be absolutely silly, because we know that this guy is in trouble. So there's definitely some decent players here. And then there's some maybe some players that are a little bit more new. Okay, I'm gonna do it. A castle early. Let's see how that goes. I definitely could be thinking about some of these types of moves. I'm ready to start pushing some pawns. My opponent did just threaten me because now this is attacked twice. So I could think about maybe pushing the other pawn. Something to consider. So now blue has actually a couple different threats here. They have to answer. We're going to get ready to start being able to push our pawns as I promised. Whoa. So since this person is high rated, I would like to... This is so tempting. It's so hard not to do this. Yeah, since this guy is much higher rated, I'm just too tempted to do this. Maybe he can prevent anything bad from happening by playing this move. But then again, like, this is the highest rated opponent, so I feel very compelled to do something like this. That's why it's so difficult for me to resist this urge. Okay. So I think the bishop is stronger than the rook because it's better developed. So yeah, we're just going to need to cut this guy. When they come back... then I'm going to have a problem with my rook. As long as yellow could make some sort of cheeky threat. Maybe they can capture here. I'm not sure what they could really do. Okay, so there's nothing insane here. Alright, I'm just going to finish developing. But I also don't want to block this pawn, because we said we were going to push our pawns. So, yeah, maybe I will do this. I would like to just push this guy and then develop my knight. Okay. So we're going to try to go for it. We're going to try to make, 4 queens here. Still need to be careful of some of these pesky diagonals. This is definitely one that I need to watch out for. So let's make sure that we don't have too many problems. Just thinking about this move. I really want to get this show on the road. Just really start advancing here. So I also want to keep my options open. Maybe attack blue because they're definitely in trouble. I'm doing my best, guys, to resist this urge to try and take some stuff. As soon as yellow distracts blue, I'm going to have this urge to start taking free stuff. Let's see, what was their last move? Okay, interesting. Not really sure that I understand that one. I do want to push d5 at some point. Let's develop this guy. My opponent could always give a threat at some point, so I need to be aware of this. Now I'm ready to maybe start bringing the pawns. I also don't want to arouse suspicion, so it can be good to sort of lay low for a while. But then again, I do have to improve my position somehow. Okay, so yellow produced a threat against green, so they're going to need to do something. Green is sitting very low in the water as well, so there's not really much that I could attack and try to take advantage of the distraction. Okay, so looking at this diagonal, doesn't seem like a big concern, so we're just gonna have dark square bishop, so yeah, I'd prefer to really push the other way. I'll just put another pawn on a light square, I suppose. But this probably is somewhat concerning to my opponents, so it's probably raising some suspicions. So something along these lines. Sort of block this up, but yeah, we're trying to stay true to that strategy. We're going to try and not be too gung-ho about trying to recover some material at first. We're going to try to produce a big advantage on our side of the table first, and then mop up whoever's left. Okay, this is going to allow this bishop to shine down through here, but it doesn't look like such a big problem. So we'll go ahead and do it. Again, I need to be watching out for this type of thing. Okay, so this is now a problem. Probably need to answer with the rook. I would really prefer not to, and just maybe I'll push here. Queen, queen. Okay, so blue needs to handle this threat. I also need to... this guy will be safe. Okay, let's try this one, I guess. I really want to sprint here. I'm going to have to get to this rank, this 8th rank, to be able to promote. So I'm actually still really far away from promoting. That's why this is definitely a long-term strategy. We have to be very steadfast. Have to make sure nothing cheesy happens on this square. There definitely could be. There's sometimes some ideas. Some opponents will try this. So again, blue has a threat. I don't really see. I could maybe take their pawn, but that seems like a little bit too small. I'd be trying to run after pennies in front of a steamroller. Is anyone attacking this pawn that's not defended? I don't see it, and I don't want to get blockaded, so we're definitely going to push this way. Because if I had pushed the other way and I had a pawn here instead, then maybe green could sort of block me for a moment and I'd have to do something else to try to evict him from that square. So I don't want to get blockaded. So let's see, scores. Yeah, I'm tied for last place on the score-wise, but we're definitely ramping up production here. You know what? Let's full send here. And try to full send all of these guys. Just have to be careful of this pawn. Want to make sure that that pawn that's unguarded doesn't fall under some random attack. Going for it all. We're trying to promote maybe like 5 queens here. I'm surprised that not more action has happened here. Actually would have expected blue to be almost checkmated by now. Okay, so he's looking here with his queen, also eyeing this, which is a bit annoying, so let's block off that vision. Definitely some sneaky diagonals to watch out for, so I need to be careful. I do still want to do something like this, and then maybe this pawn will be the first to promote. Okay, so he pushes his pawn. Yeah, I want to keep on rolling here, and my queen guards this guy, so I'm okay. I don't think I've really had more than 3 queens in this game so far, so hopefully we can do it. We can get like 4 queens here. It is possible that I could get all these 3 promoted. Okay, so maybe looking this way. It's a bit annoying, but it looks like it's not that big of a deal. Actually, this is maybe a bit annoying, trying to pin. I do have 2 guards here, so I'll be okay for the moment, but that is really annoying. I might have to do some sort of other maneuver to lend more support to f3 if he tries that. Is he going to go for it? If I take... it seems like he is going for something like that. Did he just allow me to promote? Can I just immediately promote? This square is not guarded. I can just promote for free. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are targeting my f3, so that's annoying. Queen is under an attack. They capture this and they put more threats against this guy. Okay, let's stay true to our strategy. Let's try to just block off my opponent's vision of my knight. We're going for it all. Also, something to be concerned about could be some of these other open files. I also want to be careful. This is an undefended piece. LPDO, loose pieces will drop off. Yeah, this is... Okay, so I'm really well guarded on this square, but it's something to be cognizant of. And for now, there's no free pieces that I can just gobble up, so it looks like we're going to be playing this move, I suppose. Staying true to the strategy. We have this magnificent pawn chain and guarding the queen. preparing to promote next. I wonder if blue will be inclined to just capture a $1 queen. I would really prefer if he didn't. It's hard to say what he might do. There's not really any telling. So for the time being, let's try to... Maybe I can go for this. This is an interesting idea. Putting a little bit more pressure here. Remember that I do have this line as well. So we're just going to turn up the heat on blue. Okay, he's just going to ignore. Interesting. There's no way I can give a double check here and gain a point. So I could take this. Let's stay true to the strategy though. We're staying true until the death, and we're just not gonna capture him. We're gonna be the alright, so he goes for it. I was trying to be the pacifist who only produces a bunch of queens, but I guess that's not what's gonna happen. And green opted for this capture. Okay. So let's make this one happen. Yeah, that was a bummer. It seems like that backfired somewhat. It's still possible to maybe get some other queen. But yeah, it seems like that didn't really work out well, because I exerted so much effort to push all of these pawns. I was pushing these pawns forever and ever and ever, and I'm currently in last place, and now I have nothing to show for it because blue decided to go ahead and capture all these pawns, even though he's kind of losing material in that. But okay, can't really do anything about it. Maybe if there was like a higher rated opponent, I suspect that they probably wouldn't have captured here, because he really got almost nothing from that. I gained 6 points from his knights. He gained 2 points from capturing the pawn, and then he did get one of my queens, but it was still just $1. Okay, so yellow is busy. Unfortunately, I can only really take one pawn from them, though. So looks like I don't really have that many awesome moves. Okay, that's not bad. I actually didn't see that. They're actually okay, because yeah, green is taking over all these squares, so that's quite nice. And I'm still in good position. I have 2 other pawns. Since blue's out of the picture, this one has a higher chance of being able to promote. Can't immediately push this guy. Good thing about moving the knight and then pushing. Probably fastest is just gonna push this guy. Seems pretty logical. This guy is in not such a great spot. He's not really doing anything. Yellow's definitely eyeing this. And green's trying to make it easier for them to get there. So we need to figure out some way to discourage this behavior. How am I going to put more pressure on yellow? I guess we're just going to have to push. Create a few more queens. Increase the value of our position. Now if I perhaps bring a couple of queens here, then we can start to invade. Probably green is going to try to move this knight somewhere. They're kind of attacking my queen. I want to stay true to this strategy for this video, so I'm actually not going to trade. I think I'm going to try to just checkmate yellow. I may need to trap before I zap, so I'm going to need to maybe put a queen here and then bring the other queen. Okay. Let's do it. Trying to get this queen into position. Because I don't think this will be quite enough, giving a check here. It could be interesting when this queen is going to take on, was that E13? He's preemptively running. Let's see, can I just block this guy? If I block this guy, I think that will actually work decently. So we're just going to say, no thank you, you're not going to get a queen. And we're also preparing some other ideas, so we can also attack yellow a little bit easier. Here's now weakness. Still getting, let's see, what did they do? Moving their knight down. Okay, so threatening my queen. I will actually offer this queen trade. Will I? No, actually I won't. So if I can trade the $9 queen for the $1 queen, then I'll say, yeah, let's go for it. But not really interested in getting the $5 rook. Yellow definitely needs to answer. This is a really dangerous threat. And now I have some other way in. There's just really no way to defend. Sneakily looking all the way down here. Start giving some checks. Need to get my queen to this square. Okay, that's a pretty good move from green. I think I might just like leave this guy there and just allow that blockade to make itself felt. So I'm just going to leave that there. My queen's going to go down swinging. Yellow could mount some sort of counterattack, but I'm not sure how much it will work. Yeah, okay, so he's going for it. I'm only really afraid of green. And yeah, that's extremely unacceptable. I can't just allow him to trample through me. So we're just going to take this guy. Notice that I still control some pretty good squares. So I'm not that unsafe. Still threatening this checkmate. That was kind of a bummer. Green might be able to do something nasty. Maybe they could take this. Yeah, actually, I didn't really think this through. I think green may have had the opportunity to checkmate me here. Yellow would get the points for it, so it didn't really help them. Yeah, now I'm much less safe. They're doing a good job of teaming up against me, which they should. So that's kind of a bummer. This guy's hanging. and I've sort of lost control over this position. I still have the 2 queens, so that's great, but we'll have to see how much this actually helps. Have to do something about their queen. Have an okay lead in points, but definitely not a simple win here. This piece is hanging, so maybe I will just sneakily attack this guy. Interesting waiting move. I can't make some sort of move that will attack yellow more. Okay, I'm just have to munch on a pawn, I guess. So this guy's pinned. What did they do? They moved their king. Interesting. Alright, I'm just going to start taking a couple more points. So I don't really see anything better. Give a check along this diagonal. Just keep all my pieces defended. And I should get this guy back in the game somehow. So I don't know exactly how that's going to happen. Okay, so they're giving up a lot of material. It's kind of strange. Oh my goodness, okay, I have this square guarded. So many long-range diagonals, very hard to keep track of all these. Still clinging to a 4-point lead. Now this move looks a little bit safer. It's basically now just me versus green. He pushes, okay. So let's make use of this piece. Green has to do something about their queen. This guy is hanging. Now this guy is at least somewhat useful. I can use him to guard maybe some critical squares around my king. Let's move this guy into position. Green on their own with just the queen isn't going to have enough to checkmate, so I'm not going to help them. Just want to play a little bit defensively because yellow can't do anything right now. We'll just take another point. Okay, so this guy is not guarded. This guy is also not guarded. I definitely could sneak in through here. Probably green's idea is to maybe capture this and try to expose my king. Okay, that's annoying. So green could try to take a shot at me. but okay, I'm just gonna make sure I keep green in check, keep him under some pressure. He was kind of threatening this knight. Okay, really interesting. So now he can't capture back. He's gonna need to move his king. And then I can capture this guy. This guy's free, right? You can definitely capture my knight because it's pinned. But yeah, now there's no extra complications. Okay, so mounting more pressure on this guy. Just deliver the check. And then maybe I can do something like this. Maybe threaten this checkmate. Since green has more points, I think it's definitely the right idea to try to focus my attention on green. Might need to bring their queen back just to stop this. Okay. And then that's that. I don't think there's any way I can, on my move, I can claim the win since I have a 20-point lead over here. Okay, cool. So that's that. That did end up working. I'm not sure if my opponents had played a little bit differently here. Then I mean, it could have worked better or worse. But overall, yeah, this seemed like a pretty strong position. And then once we were able to promote here, maybe due to the consideration that my opponent's a little bit newer, they tend to just trade off more. It may have been a little bit more prudent to, yeah, maybe perhaps capture here. I would have lost this guy, wait for this guy to move, and then try to promote to try to get the coveted like 3 or 4 queens on the board. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, then please drop a like. And also, if you aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps me out with my channel. So, hope you guys have a good one, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So long for now.